Hey everybody, Chalgrove again, and today guys, I'm here to do another anime review, and this anime review is to So Many Colors in the Future. What a Beautiful World. That is the name of this anime I'm going to review for you today. Now before I get into it, first up, I'm using my phone again, because I was actually planning on reviewing this anime on my camera. Surprisingly, camera died. Camera died, so it's charging right now. So yeah, it died on me while I was reviewing, and I wanted to make it a full, complete review. I didn't want any cuts or anything. Obviously, I can't edit, unfortunately, so I had to do this through my phone. And so that's the reason I'm using my phone to record. I did it last time, so it won't feel too awkward. But anyway, next, obviously, haven't been doing videos for a while, but if you have not seen my live stream of Attack on Titan, I was playing Attack on Titan on live stream. If you guys want to go and check that out, I tell you why I was not here. So if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead. I might leave it down in the description below, but really depends on really. But anyway, anything else really no. But anyway, let's get into this review of So Many Colors in the Future. What a Wonderful World. See, I'm reading the title because it's very long and really hard to remember. It's based on a light novel, obviously. Most series with freaking long names are based on light novels. Just gotta mention that there. But anyway, let's get into the review of episode 1 of So Many Colors in the Future. What a Beautiful World. So, in this anime, what is it about? It's about a girl named Hitomi, who is actually from the future. She's from the future. And she, unfortunately, for some reason, can't see colours. And she's from a family of mages. Now, in this world, we do find out this world is accustomed to magic. It's like our world, but accustomed to magic. A magical, realistic world, you can say, she's in. But it's more akin to our world, combined with magical elements. That is the world we're in this series. So, she's from the future. Unfortunately, for some reason, she can't see colours. For some reason, she can't see. Everything around her seems to be black and white, which is sad. Pretty sad. If you can't see, you can't see this background red. You can't see this. You can't see your own colour. You can't see anybody. You can't see the sky. You can't see fireworks. You can't see whites. Now, we do find out when she was younger, she could see colours, but when she got older, for some reason, she starts to back away from people. She starts to no longer see colours. She starts to feel gloomy for some reason. And because of that, her grandmother obviously realised that. And what she decides to is during the point of a fireworks festival, she sends her 17-year-old granddaughter to the past in the year 2018, where Hitomi's grandmother was 17 years old. So she's set to the same time period where her grandmother, aka the grandmother I mentioned there, to the year 2018, where where Hitomi's grandmother was 17 years old. Now, I've got to mention, and pretty much, I've got to say that's really all I can say what this episode is. It's just her getting sent to the past, the same year, in the year 2018 when her grandmother was young, and realizing she's there and interacting with certain characters and realizing she's been sent to the past and seeing things differently. And also interacting with some boy that, for some reason, his drawing, because he seems to draw. This boy seems to be able to draw. He draws. He's an artist, and it seems like that once she saw his drawing, once she saw him drawing, for some reason his picture was the only thing she could see in color. And I think that's where, and the anime sort of leaves off there with her realization that she can see colour in his picture, and the anime pretty much ends with like that. Well, obviously with other things going on, but if you want to see what the rest of the episode is like, you have to go right ahead and watch it yourself. But let's get into what I really want to talk about is the time traveling aspect in this series. This time traveling is definitely a bit different to how I'm used to time travel, because most people know how time traveling works and why the risks of time traveling, and even especially in the magical series, a lot of times when it comes to time travel, you don't want to cause a time travel paradox. You don't want to cause a time travel paradox. So obviously, someone from the future to the past is like very either taboo or very risky to do, because usually the future person can't interact or anything. If they do interact, they have to interact with something that is very obscure and in the end doesn't really matter too much. That's the problem when it comes to dealing with other human beings. That is another problem we're going to have there. But it seems like time paradox doesn't really exist. Like, I believe it still does. Like, from the way the grandma, like the way they was talking, how the grandma talked to her about how time traveling works in this series, there does seem to be some form of time paradox that does happen, and she does say how rare and how special time magic is. So obviously it does imply that there is time paradox. But the way how her grandmother, like, aggressively sort of or how excitedly / aggressively she tells her granddaughter, I'm gonna send you to the time travel, because how she pretty much forces her granddaughter to time travel, because she didn't want to time travel. She didn't want to go to the past when her grandmother was young. She didn't want to do that. But obviously she got there. Her grandmother pretty much forced the time travel, and obviously she now time traveled. But you can tell she didn't want to time. She didn't want to. Hitomi didn't want to time travel. So obviously when she got there, she was a bit shocked, even though she was aware she time traveled. She's shocked in a way, and obviously, like a lot of people who time travel, they don't fully understand how this time works. So obviously, like, for me, if I time travel back to the past, let's say, I know, maybe during the Middle Ages, like, I would have no way of understanding how society works in the Middle Ages, because even though with our history, I have learned enough history to understand somewhat how the Middle Ages work, I don't fully understand how Middle Age society works, because not all the records from the Middle Ages is recorded. So obviously me understanding how that time works would be hard, and obviously I would stand out. Now in Hitomi's case, she doesn't really stand out too much, because obviously some of the characters were not even aware that she's from the future, because it does seem like she does conceal that she's from the future, because obviously, because I feel like, again, she feels like time paradox, but time paradox doesn't seem to have a full effect when it comes to in this series, because it does seem like family members can know, because she has a letter her grandmother gave her that she gives to her great grandmother. She gives it to her after she goes to the house where the letter says to go to, and it seems to be her. A house that a magic shop that her family owns. Seems like it. Her family owns, even in that time period in the year 2010, her family owns it, and she goes to her. Goes to her and she gives this letter to her grandmother, her great great grandmother, and we noticed that. She meets her she meets her pretty much her great grandmother, her great great grandmother, her great grandfather, because you see from the interaction, like, first up, the great great grandmother, she outright does say, and we can definitely tell from the interactions she has with the other two, they're definitely her family as well, but obviously younger, they look younger, so, but the interaction they have, and they're realizing that she's from the future. Like, they realize she's from the future. She told them she's from the future. So obviously, it doesn't seem to have too big a big deal with time paradox in this series. But I do want to know how far she can go, because I do believe there is some form of time paradox. If there isn't, then why she couldn't, like, when she interacts with some of the teenagers in this series, I wanted to know why she didn't instantly tell them she's from the future. Unless that's until it's only up to that point she realized, oh, I can tell people I'm from the future. That could be that maybe that's when once she realized she can do that, she might do it. Unless again, it might be only available for family members. She can tell that to. She can't really tell that to anyone who's not a family member. So there's a possibility she can't tell anybody else that she's from the future. But again, there is no other evidence that she can't tell anybody else she's from the future. So that is something to take into consideration. Now, I've got to say, goddamn, there is definitely going to be a lot of drama in this series. Like, there is some form of tense-ish feeling and awkwardness as well. Like, you get a sense of awkwardness. Like, it feels awkward to watch, but in a way, it makes sense why it feels awkward, because Hitomi also feels awkward, like, in this, because she's set into the future. Like, she doesn't know, she's been sent into the past, and she doesn't know what to do. And I've got, by the way, the guy she interacts, Aoi, I think that's his name, Aoi. The first interaction she has with him, like, and it's not a proper interaction, when she came to the past, when she came to the year 2018, she time traveled into his bedroom. And obviously he wasn't there, and she realized, like, oh, wait, I'm in someone's bedroom, I need to get out of here. And she doesn't even know this bedroom, she doesn't know where she is. But then suddenly she hears footsteps, so she ducks under the bed, and obviously that is this Aoi guy. And obviously she's in an awkward position. He was getting changed as well, so obviously she was in an awkward position. But somehow she successfully was able to hide from him. Then obviously after he left and someone called him on the phone, talk about work and stuff, she then decides to exit through the window. Obviously she had some trouble to open from the window. Now at first she does try to use her, like, communication future device thing she has on her, but it seems like that is only available in the future, and she doesn't seem to have any connection to the network she has from the future in this time period, so she can't use her future technology she has on her in this time period. So obviously and the way she tries to, like, open the window, like, goddamn, like, she is so used to, like, automatics. Like, the way she does this is not new. She doesn't understand that there is non-automatic doors and non-automatic windows. So she's definitely from a time where no one uses hand working, like, physical opening anymore. It seems like she doesn't understand how that works. So obviously when she finally realized how it fully opens, I was like, finally, like, I'm surprised that took you that long to figure out. Even if you're not used to, like, automatic doors, I feel like at least you should have been trained to open things physically in some way. Like, this is quite basic for us. But the way it took her a while to learn how to open a freaking window was just funny, but yet again awkward at the same time. But yet again, somewhat feels a bit dangerous, because again, she is from the future. She doesn't know she can cause a time paradox. So that situation for her was a bit scary, and obviously, again, was scary for us. So I'm just saying that from her point of view was understandable. Now, and then the next part where we finally get her proper interaction with him, like a proper interaction with this Aoi guy, is when the next day after she had some rest in her family's house, because obviously because they let her stay, so she can meet the girl that she's supposed to meet, which it seems to be her grandmother. She's supposed to meet her grandmother. It looks like it, because it seems like this is the person they're supposed to meet is her daughter. This is her grandparent, her great grandparents / great grandparents' daughter / granddaughter, which means it's gonna be her granddaughter, her grandmother that she's gonna meet, who's right now seems to be in in London right now. She's here in the UK in this time period right now, so it's just something to realize. But obviously, they allowed her to stay at a house, so she can wait for her grandmother. Looks like it, for her to be here. So that's something that's something that is good to know, that they allowed her to stay at home. But pretty much next day after that, she got permission. She allowed to leave the house and interact with the world, and then suddenly she runs into Aoi again. But even though she wasn't aware who he was the guy she unfortunately was in the room of. But she sees that Aoi drawing, and then she realizes that for some reason his drawing was the only thing she saw colors on. And you see this like in her imagination, like a world of colors. Like she felt like she finally sees colors. But obviously, when Aoi says like, "Who are you?" she comes back into reality, and then obviously with the picture being the only thing still she sees colors of. But then you see this gaze between each other. So like, and the anime just ends off with that. But like, oh, and now it gets me wonder, this Aoi character. Who is this Aoi character? What is his importance in this series? Could this be Could this be a romantic interest? Bit weird. With this, it will be a bit weird. And or is this gonna be her grandfather? Could it be her mother's lover? I don't fully know. I don't fully know this situation. But what is he? What is his importance? But yeah, there's nothing else I can say. Now, animation. Oh, and that's nothing else I can say. The anime just ends off with that. And sorry if my explanation wasn't good, but if you want to know the rest of what the episode was like, just go and watch the episode itself. It's pretty good. I would say it's pretty good. It's slow. I mean, it's quite slow. But again, also, it's quite slow. I would say, just saying, it's quite slow. So if you don't like slow series, don't watch this series if you can't deal with how slow it is. But I do recommend right now. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it was good. But it's also quite deep. It's quite deep as well. Like obviously you can tell from my understanding, it's not great in it. You can definitely tell from how I'm trying to explain. My understanding of it is not that great of it, but I try to make sure I understand it as best as I can. And but based on that, you can definitely tell it's deep. You can definitely tell this is a deep series. So right now, I recommend trying watching it until the third episode. If you still can't understand the series, then stop watching it. But right now, good episode. First good episode, pretty good. Now, animation. Oh god, AC works. Fucking good. AC works. Animation. Fucking gorgeous. The animation looks so gorgeous. It looks so good. Like, this is what you expect from AC Works. That they always bring out high quality animation, and the animation looks gorgeous. The sceneries, the backgrounds look so well done. And there's nothing really else I can say. So, anyway, guys, that's my anime review to so many colors in the future in this What a Beautiful World. I feel like that, yeah. So many colors in the future. What a Beautiful World. I think that's from episode 1. Anyway, guys, that's my. I hope you guys like it. Become a chat fan today. If you guys want to send me a mail, comment down below. My address is there. And yeah. And also, guys, if you guys want to follow me on, you help me on Patreon. My Patreon's down there as well. And also, guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Anime Know, these searches you must do. On Facebook and Anime Know, just search Concharis, the same name as my channel. You can follow me on there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Concharis1998. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys okay. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys there. Bye, guys.